Hey guys, what's up? It's Patrick here, and today bringing you guys the next episode of my Let's Play Clash of Clans series, where you can see I finally redesigned my base at Town Hall level 6. And to be honest, sort of just threw my Wizard Tower and Mortar into my base. I really don't like where the Mortar is located on the top right. I think the Wizard Tower is okay, but I'll probably switch up my design before I move to Town Hall 7, and I definitely want to try to get my Clan Castle towards the center of the base. I just didn't want the defenses wasting away on the outside, so I redesigned it, and let's go ahead and check out what we want to upgrade today. So first things first, definitely want to upgrade one of my Wizard Towers. I already upgraded the Mortars because they were super cheap, and next in line is upgrading those guys. And then for Elixir, I'm thinking I want to upgrade my Army Camp over my Wizard. And let me tell you why I'm going to do that. I have a lot of people asking me which order they want to upgrade certain buildings. And for me, when it comes to upgrading your Army Camp or upgrading something inside of your lab, unless it's a troop that you're using in every single raid, I definitely would recommend upgrading your Army Camp 100% of the time. So maybe for me, if there's something like a Goblin and an Archer to upgrade, because I really rely on those a lot, especially towards the later levels when I take the Barbarian out of my army composition, I might upgrade those guys over an Army Camp. But say something like the Wizard right there, I'm only going to be using the Wizard in so many raids. So on this account, I think I've used the Wizards in like 3 or 4 raids. That means I'm only using them maybe up to 5% of the time or something like that. I don't even know what the percentages are, but the truth is I almost never use Wizards, and the Army Camp's going to give me 5 additional troops in every single battle. So when it comes to upgrading your spells or upgrading certain troops that you really don't use that often, or upgrading something like your Army Camp, even though it's a little bit more expensive, I definitely recommend upgrading your Army Camp. Even though it might take a little bit more, it's definitely worth it, and it affects you on every single raid. That's another reason I really like the Clan Castle upgrade. That's another reason that I like the Army Camp. Yeah, not going to talk anymore about that, and this raid actually turned out pretty well. If you guys watched it, I attacked from the bottom left and the top right, and the reason I did that is because I wanted to get 3 stars, and I've definitely been moving up in trophies. I think I'm almost near 900 now, if I looked at the screen right, and let's go ahead and check out what we got from this raid. So in total, 94,000 elixir, 105,000 gold, and with our bonus, that's over 200,000 overall. Definitely a solid raid, and let's go ahead and move to base number 2. So same thing right here, and to be honest, this guy has a little bit of a low amount of resources for someone I usually like to attack. Usually I like to see someone with maybe over 150,000 resources, but I think I got a little bit frustrated when I was searching. Plus, this guy did have an easy base to attack, and I knew I was able to get 3 stars to get some more trophies, so I decided I would take him out, and let's go ahead and attack him from the right-hand side. So no walls on the right hand side, and I'm going to go ahead and drop my giants first and make sure my archers have a little bit of coverage. Hopefully the mortar doesn't blow this guy's up, as well as the Wizard Tower. And now that the mortar's down, I think I should be pretty safe, especially because I have 2 giants that are live, and I sort of don't have to worry about the rest of this raid. At this point, I probably didn't have to drop those goblins, but I just wanted to speed it up a little bit, and I think this one's going to be a pretty simple one, and it's definitely going to be a 3-star for this raid. Alright, so while this raid wraps up, I forgot to give my boy Galadon a shout out on a video I did with him out when I was in Finland. I think he actually just posted it recently, maybe last week or 2 weeks ago or something like that, but I did some cool raids on his account. So make sure you guys check that out. I'll put a link in the description below, and it's actually a pretty cool video. Alright, so this raid's wrapping up. Like I said, not really my best raid as far as the profit goes. I only got 100,000, maybe a little bit more when you include the bonus, but 16 trophies sort of got me over the lull I was having when I was searching. And let's go ahead and attack this base here, where this guy has around 200,000 resources. It feels like every base is almost on the dot for the amount of resources they have, whether it's 100,000 or 200,000. And let's go ahead and attack this guy's base. So definitely a weird design, whether it's the walls that really aren't protecting anything or the defenses on the outside of the base. I guess if I had to like critique this guy's base and sort of talk about what he was thinking, when I first started playing Clash of Clans, I might have had the same idea. Or if you guys have ever played any games before, I know in the past when I played Age of Empires, I think I was like maybe 10 years old or something like that. I think with my base, I sort of did the same thing. I put all of the defenses on the outside, and that's sort of like what I thought when I started playing Clash of Clans initially. So this guy thought that, hey, I need to put my defenses on the outside. Those are going to attack the units first. But honestly, if you played Clash of Clans for a while, you know that's not true. You have to have a lot of the garbage buildings in the way and not have your defenses at the first line of defense, I guess, if that makes any sense. So yeah. Definitely an error there, and seeing as he only has an archer tower and a cannon left, because I was able to drop my troops all around the outside, should be a pretty simple raid, and we're definitely going to be able to get another 3-star, and that means we're going to get a lot more trophies. So I'm really happy with the trophies that we're getting. I'm thinking if we get up to Town Hall, we get up to like 1,000 to 1,200 trophies, that's going to give us some Town Hall 7s, which means we're going to see a lot more upgraded gold mines and a lot more upgraded elixir pumps, which in the end definitely means some more loot, which is obviously the #1 goal in the game. So yeah, that's going to do it. 3rd star on the base, and let's go ahead and check out what we got. Pretty much deja vu to the first raid we did and the second raid we did, where we just barely eclipsed the goal amount of resources. So we got over 200,000, and let's go ahead and attack this base where we have almost 350,000 resources. So looks like this one's going to be a pretty solid one to attack, and definitely when I'm starting off, if you see a guy whose base sort of has the building spread out on the outside, I'm going to drop my archers and pick off as many of the free ones as I can. And then from there, I'll assess which buildings I'm not able to destroy with the archers and then drop my goblins to take those guys out. So I know that this gold mine right here is going to be too close for my archers to shoot it down for the archer tower right there. So I dropped my goblins and those guys took care of it fairly easily. And then for the rest of the mines and pumps, they're actually somewhat inside of this guy's base. Something nice about this guy's base though is that I think it'll be pretty easy to get inside and take those guys out. I just have to make sure that I drop my giants right and I don't screw it up too badly. So first giant went in, did a good job. Second giant didn't do a great job, and this third giant's running in right now, and I think we should be able to protect those archers and barbarians just a little bit to take care of that gold mine, and then I'll spam the rest of my troops and try to get the remaining resources in the battle. So we already got most of the gold, which is really what I was worried about, seeing as we were trying to get enough to do another upgrade around our base. I think now that we have enough, we can definitely do something like an archer tower besides the wizard tower. And then elixir, we already had enough to do our army camp upgrade, but let's go ahead and drop the rest of our infantry on the top right and try to get the remaining resources for this guy's base. So 20,000 left. Looks like there's a little bit left in the elixir bump on the bottom left. And let's go ahead and surrender, take our resources, and run away from the battle. I know a lot of people are wondering why I keep saying surrender when I get 2 stars, but it's sort of just a habit because the button's called surrender. A lot of people want me to say that I end the battle, so I'll try to think of that on the spot if I can, but I've always been so used to saying surrender even in a victory. But yeah, let's take a look at our base, do our upgrades, and wrap it up for this episode. So like I said, wizard tower is super important. I'm going to upgrade this one right here because it's going to protect both of my gold storages. And then for my elixir, definitely looking to upgrade my army camp. Again, I could do the wizard, I could do the heal spell, but honestly, how often am I using those things? Whereas my army camp is going to affect me in every single battle. So upgrading that's going to be a little bit of an upgrade and finish up my archer tower here, and that should do it for the episode. So some pretty solid upgrades today. I can spend the rest of my gold on upgrading some of my elixir pumps since I've sort of neglected those and upgrade my gold mines first. And yeah, that should do it for this video and wrap it up for the raids today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to be posting a bunch of new videos over the weekend, as well as a new quest of 4,000 trophies later today. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.